Morning, everybody. So I camped last night and I slept pretty well. Got up this morning, was packing up, and all last night, all night, I had turkeys gobbling back in the woods that way, and owls, lots of owls, real loud, going back and forth at each other all night long. It's kind of like musical. It's relaxing. And this morning I got up and was just finishing packing up, and I looked way back down the trail that way at about 120, 130 yards down. There was a turkey on the trail. So I pulled out my camera and I gobbled at him. And poof, he puffed up all these feathers and had his tail all big and spread out. I took a picture. After a while, he unpuffed. I gobbled again, and poof, all his feathers puffed up again. So I took another picture. So it was, oh, that's interesting. That is a great big bamboo forest. Huh. Someone planted bamboo years ago, and it is growing in there. Look at this. The piece leaning out. Some cut down, stacked up. Wow. You know, on my map, when I went to satellite, I saw a darker green spot ahead of me on the trail. And I didn't try to come up to it because there's a house right over there. You can't see it through the woods now, but so here I am walking up the trail, and here's the dark green. Look how thick that is. That's amazing. Never thought I'd see a bamboo forest in Georgia, but there it is right along the trail. Yeah. Anyways, I had a good time gobbling at the turkey, and on my way. One of my first priorities will be to get some water. There's 2 or 3 sources on up the road here, plus a gas station a mile off to the side if I need it. So I'll see y'all later. Have a good day. Hey everyone, kind of breaking out of a wooded section here to a nice view, a little bit of a view. Mountains over there in the distance. Looks like it opens up even a little more just up here a ways. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty view. There you go. Pretty nice view from the sun coming up in the sky, along the ridges, out across the mountains, and on the trail. Of course, this view won't last much longer. Those are all pine trees down there. Look like they're planted for a forest. So they'll rise up and block the view after a few years. But for right now, you got a nice view. See y'all later. Another view a little farther up the trail. It's a beautiful country. Beautiful country. Easy enough to walk on that road. The busy road is just over through the trees. This path is nice too. And this is the actual trail. So yeah, I could walk on that little road. It's easy enough. Little to any traffic. But this is the trail and it's nice too. See you later. Highland Crossing, I think, is the next stop. And so it was going to be a 12 or 13 mile day, and now it's about a 10-mile day, and I'm about halfway through it. So it just sucked. Hey everybody, One Penny here. Thought I'd give you a little rundown on what today was supposed to be. Last night my stopping point was supposed to be the beginning of Sims. It was a Sims Mountain trailhead, but I got there and it's a rails to trails section that I'm still on, and at times that thing is 30 feet wide and there's plenty of room on each side to pitch a tent, and I just decided to go on a few miles, which I did. So today was going to be a 12-mile day from Sims Mountain to High Point, Sims Mountain Trailhead to High Point Trailhead. But it'll be about a 10-mile day. I was watching a bumblebee there, and I'm about halfway through. So easy enough today, but I thought I would stop and give you this little update. I'm coming to a place called Holland, and Holland is all over far out, with people questioning about vicious dogs running out and chasing hikers and all that stuff. So rather than try to stop in Holland where I might have dog issues, I figured I would just stop short and give you a little update on what I'm doing today. So I'll get to High Point and camp out. Then the next day is just 10 miles to another trailhead, and I may just spend the night there, and then the next morning would be my birthday, and I would head into Somerville to spend my birthday in a hotel and stop at a restaurant to have a nice meal. So that's sort of the plan, and if there's a place to stop in Holland for breakfast or lunch, I'll try to do that, but it looks like it's really just a crossroads. So I'll end up going past it and then finding a place to sit down and eat out of my pack. Yeah. Other than that, it's a beautiful day out here. You can see the blue sky and the leaves behind me. Yeah, when I started this in southern Alabama, the trees had not leafed out at all, and now they're good 30 to 50% leafed out and offering some shade. So, and it is getting warmer today. It's supposed to be close to 80, and 80 I think tomorrow. So anyways, I had a great night last night. Slept, heard turkeys and owls. Got up this morning packing up. I saw a turkey down the trail. I gobbled at it. It fluffed off all its feathers. I got video on there that I think you've probably already seen it. I might put this in at the front of today's videos. I don't know. Anyways, have a great day. See y'all later. Down to shit. I just sat down to have some lunch. I noticed I dropped my hat in my pack and some poison ivy. That sucks. But this is what really caught my attention when I sat down. It's a hammerhead buried in this trail. Makes you wonder how long it's been here. So interesting. But weighs probably 3 or 4 pounds. I'm not taking it with me, so I'll leave it back down there. And then try to find a non-poison ivy spot where I can have some lunch. Actually, that looks like Virginia creeper. So, I'm good. Alright, time for lunch. Heck of a view, isn't it? My next stop is High Point Crossing. What do you bet? What do you want to bet? That it's way up there on the top of that damn mountain. And I only got 2.5 miles to get there. So I hope it's not, but we shall see. Beautiful out here. I'm so lucky to be out here. Everything is so beautiful. I'll see y'all later. This was a nice stop for water. The old train track going across the nice stream with a nice flow. Yeah. On up the trail I go. Remember when way back there I looked at that and said, what do you want to bet that mountain peak is where I have to go? You look up there and you get a little more close and you see that fire tower way up there. Yep, that is exactly where I have to go. Crap. That looks like it's about 300 to 400 feet of elevation in the next 2 miles. So, you gotta do. See you later. You want another view of just how screwed I am at the moment? Look at this. That's where I gotta get to. Luckily, that trail goes off this way. It is 2 more miles to get up there. Oh, I'm tired. See you later. This is the tower past that tower. Cell phone tower. I'm gonna camp back about 50 yards and I should have really good reception. I doubt if they have any kind of water up there. There's probably not anybody there. I would doubt there'd be anybody there, but I'll go check anyways. Bye.